Okay, so I've processed enough chicken to do Snoopy's bowls. I'm going to hold off on those two. But I went ahead and took out the containers that I made yesterday with Snoopy's vegetables in it. And I was going to do 2 batches, but I don't have enough space in my deep freeze to do 2 batches of vegetables, so I just did the one. And this is it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4.5 days worth of vegetables for Snoopy that I did. But I also have I think 6 more containers in the deep freezer that have vegetables and chicken. So I was running out of space for Snoopy's. So I've got one of his containers on the scale, and I'm going to turn that on, so it's going to start at 0. And I'm just going to grab some chicken here in my hands, and Snoopy gets 5 ounces of chicken. So I'm just going to put some in here until it adds up to 5 ounces. Let's see, a little bit more. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm kind of, I don't know, I like things to be exact, so Snoopy's will be exact. So I'm just going to push that over there, grab the next one, and they should be right at 0, but if not, and I'll just reset it. It's not a big deal, especially if he has more vegetables. Snoopy's kind of chunky, so I'm trying to get his weight down just a couple of pounds. So I'm okay if he gets more vegetables and less chicken. Oops. There we go. There. Now, I'm sure some of y'all might have been asking, you know, do we have to use chicken with bones? I know some people are like, well, dogs aren't supposed to eat bones or chicken bones. And that's true if they are cooked, because cooked chicken bones will splinter and they can puncture the dog's insides. These bones, however, I mean, obviously you can tell the bones that are in this chicken mash are raw, so they are still really soft. I mean, it's hard to us, but it's soft to a dog and their powerful jaws. And so you don't have to use chicken with bones if you'd rather not. I have heard some people say that the bones will help them digest things a little better, I guess. Sometimes if it's just the chicken, I guess it can cause them to maybe have kind of diarrhea-esque poop. I don't know how true that is. I've fed them chicken with bones and chicken without bones, and I honestly didn't tell a difference in their poops. So, I mean, it's really up to you, personal preference. The bones, if you give it to them in larger pieces and you don't grind it up, the bones will actually help clean their teeth when they're chewing it up. And that's kind of one of the downsides to grinding up the chicken, is that my boys aren't getting their teeth cleaned at the same time. So I just have to give them either raw hides or some kind of dental stick to clean up their yucky mouths. So, there's that. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys about? It's after I turn off the video camera that I end up thinking, oh, I should have told them this. Let's see, again, you don't have to use chicken. It's just what I find to be the cheaper option for my guys, especially, I mean, I'm processing 40 pounds of chicken here, and it only lasts about a week and a half to 2 weeks. If I used some other kind of meat that cost more per pound, I mean, it would be outrageously expensive. This particular diet costs about the same amount as what I used to pay buying them kibble. I used to have both of them on Nutro, which I think you can only get it at PetSmart, but a 30-pound bag of Nutro for Perzo, my Great Dane, cost about, I want to say $40 or $50, and that would only last them, I mean, I guess it'd last them about 2 weeks, kind of the same amount of time as this diet. But then I also had to buy Snoopy a bag of his own, because he's 9 years old, and so he was on the old man Nutro food. And that was about another $30 for, I think his was a 20-pound bag. His would, of course, last a lot longer than Perzo's because he didn't eat as much. But still, it comes out to roughly about the same cost to feed them kibble as it does to feed them the raw food diet. And again, that's just using what I use. You don't have to give them all the vegetables that I give them. That's just kind of a personal preference of mine. I looked online and saw what vegetables dogs could eat. If I even saw one place online that said a certain vegetable was bad for dogs to eat, I didn't include it in my list. So you'll see other videos out there where people are using like potatoes and broccoli, and I actually read that those are bad for dogs. I don't know how true it is, but like I said, I'd rather be on the safe side. And if I saw even one place that said a vegetable was bad for them, I didn't include it in my my mix of veggies. And my boys have been on this diet for probably about 1.5 years now. And I mean, they look great. They are doing really, really well. There's my little one over there. He's my Walker Beagle. He's a little bit on the heavy side, so I'm trying to get his weight down, maybe by about, I don't know, 5 pounds, and that might kind of be pushing it too. And then Perzo, well, he's in bed, he's not out here, but he looks really good. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this diet that they're on, and I've filled up all of the containers with vegetables here. I still have to fill up those over there. But I think that's pretty much about all that I can tell you guys right now. As far as the weight, the measurement goes, it's kind of something that you just have to play around with. I had started Snoopy off originally at 5 ounces, and he got down to a good weight. I was really pleased with it. My husband thought he was a little skinny, so I increased his chicken to 7 ounces. And in a matter of 2 months, he got fat again. So when I say fat, I mean he was probably around 40 or 45 pounds, maybe. But with a dog that's supposed to be 35 pounds, I mean, even a pound or two is a huge increase. So I dropped him back down to 5 ounces now. And he's still losing a little bit of his weight, but all in all, he's looking really good. In Perzo, his has fluctuated the most. When we first started him on this, he was getting a pound of chicken and a pound of vegetables, and he got skinny. It took him a couple of months, but he did get skinny. We could see 4 of his bottom ribs, I guess you could say. And once he got to that point, I increased his chicken to put some weight back on him. So I actually increased him to 2 pounds of chicken and 1 pound of vegetables. And now keep in mind that this is twice a day. So he was getting 4 pounds of chicken and 2 pounds of vegetables a day. And he put on the weight. That's when he got up to about 145-ish or so. And so I was like, okay, well, 1 pound's not enough. 2 pounds is too much. So I split it in half. I did 1.5 pounds. And it was good, but he was still not dropping the weight as quickly. So now I've got him on 1.25 pounds. So he gets 20 ounces of chicken right now. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and finish processing or packaging Snoopy's chicken, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a separate video showing you how I cook Perzo's chicken while he's doing chemotherapy to lower the chance of him getting an infection. So if you're interested in seeing how to do the raw food diet for a dog with a weakened or a compromised immune system, go ahead and check out my next video. And I will see you guys later.